Hello everyone, welcome to a video today. This is episode 1 of my podcast. Yes, I have started a podcast. It's going to be talking about random stuff, is this podcast. So yeah. Now I'm not going to be very hype or anything. What I do really want to do is try to interview like streamers and stuff, you get what I mean? So what I mean by that is like interview streamers like I want to get people on, so people that I know in the space and interview them. But today we're going to be doing I guess for the first episode, we're going to kind of talk about a couple things, mostly just stuff about like the channel and what. Technically, we're going to do. This is a kind of another about me type video, but this is just episode 1 of the podcast. I don't know what I'm going to call it. The Paigecast, probably. That's a stupid name. I don't know. This is going to be just the podcast episode 1 because I don't know what I'm gonna call it. But yeah. But welcome. So I guess let's talk about me. So pretty much let's go through a few things. So hi, I'm Paige. I stream and make YouTube videos. I've been doing YouTube for about it's been about 9 years now, isn't it? It's been a while. Because I started in 2000 and well, technically, okay. So here's a quick fun little story for some people that actually know this. I started in 2014. No, yes. So I started technically 2013. Early 2013 is when I started making YouTube content. No, late 2018, 13. Sorry, late 2013 I started making YouTube content. However, I was recording YouTube videos for a good couple of years before that, like when I was 9 years old, which was 2012, 2013. But I was recording them to a hard drive. That I didn't post any of them. It was all just hard drive. And then I decided, fuck it. And then I started running out of space, and I wanted to play games and stuff. And I did buy external hard drives at the time. Well, I didn't. My carers did. But yeah, I bought external hard drive many times. And I had a capture card. I had a capture card that I had. It was just a cheap one I got, which I was worried that it wouldn't. Well, actually, at the time I didn't know if it would or wouldn't, because at the time I didn't know what HDCP was, but then I do now. So I thought, I just kind of like my Elgato capture card won't like work with a PS3 or an Xbox 360 without a HDMI splitter. So yeah, because it has HDCP, but unlike the PS4 and 5, you can't change that, which is one thing I don't really like. I'm just gonna get comfortable. Also, that is alcohol behind me. Don't question it. But yeah. So yeah. So anyway, but pretty much, yeah. I was making YouTube videos for a while. It then got to the point where I posted them on this other channel I had, which I can't fucking find. I've tried to. I've tried to remember the titles I writ originally. I tried to remember the channel name. I lost the channel, so I made another channel which I have reacted to, the classic clip. There's this like really classic clip, or I'll talk about the video because some of you may know what it is. I'll leave a link in the description below and stuff about this. If you are listening to this, if you've got YouTube Premium on and you've got this in your pocket and you're listening to me blab on, thank you for watching. But yeah, but basically, I forgot what I was talking about for a minute. Oh no, I remember. So yeah, so this clip, I'll talk about the clip. Basically, this clip is so I had another channel I made, which was I used my dead name, and I'm not going to talk about it. The channel itself. The name, but the channel itself. So I made a video. Many videos. They were random. It was after I lost the channel, and I just shitposted on that channel for a little bit. But I made a video where I had my PS3. I didn't have a PC at the time because I may or may not have been in trouble at school, and I may or may not have had my PC taken off of me for a few weeks. Okay. I may or may not have. You don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. We'll never know. To this day, I will never admit to it. I did. Okay, anyway, yeah. So, anyway, the video is of my cousins. They're not actual cousins. They're foster cousins. I guess there's a bit of context missing out of this. I'll talk about my past in a little bit. But yeah, but there was this clip that was going. It wasn't going around, but there was this clip I had. It wasn't even a clip. It was just a video. It was like a 4 minute video, and the video was a. The video starts with me just kind of standing there, just doing the usual business and doing an intro, looking adorable as always. That sounded creepy. Uh, and then pretty much the clip continues, or the video continues, and you can hear them in the background. My foster cousins, like, getting well hyped and very loud while they were playing Disney Infinity 2.0. They were playing the Asgardian mission, I remember from that fucking video. Oh, the Avengers mission. I do remember that because I've seen the fucking video. And I do remember that was what was in the video. And I was recording the shitty tablet I had at the time. Because after I had my PC took off me, the only thing I was only allowed to have still was my PS3 at the time, because I only had a PS3 at the time. This was 2016, so yeah. I then got a PS4 a little bit later, like a few months later. Um, no, for Christmas of 2017, so a year later. But yeah, I made a video. I made the video talking about not talking about. I made the video. And so fun fact. In that video you can actually see it. By the end of it, we actually argue about me being a YouTuber or having a YouTube channel, and I will actually explain why. So my care at the time. Now, at first I was worried. I thought, well, at first it was social services aren't a huge fan if you're like a foster child and you have social media. But we didn't have to tell them, and they didn't find out, and they still don't know. But they don't have to know because I'm not under them anymore. But basically, the carer I had, she's not young per se. She was quite. They were both quite elderly, I'd best say. Well, this was 2016, so it was just her at the time, and she was. And I've got to look after two kids. God, I feel bad for. But she was one of these like people who really believed the mainstream media and the news. Like she was constantly talking about how video games are dangerous and blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. The usual stuff you hear from the news. You know, when they say Animal Crossing is dangerous for children because Tortimer from Animal Crossing, who's an NPC, is going to start asking for photos of children. If you don't believe me, search it up. That is a real news fucking story, and they tried to push it, and they got absolutely clowned on for it. It was the early 2000s, so it was back when people really didn't give a shit. But yeah. Yes, I am drinking a full bottle of Coke. It is very thirsty talking, especially without drinking. I don't mean alcohol. I mean, God, sometimes when I say drinking, I'm like, oh God, I feel like I'm talking about alcohol. But no. See, when this gets released, feeling is something I have an alcohol issue. So yeah. Anyway, pretty much. And she didn't want me to have any social media. Now I had them. I made a Facebook in 2012. I made an Instagram and a Snapchat. But the problem was I had to shut a few of them down because, like, especially with some of my Facebooks, because because I had a phone number. I kept showing up in her. I kept showing up in her contacts. Well, yeah, obviously I was showing my contacts, but I mean on Facebook, like when it would. Eventually, it started then they implemented that, and I was like, oh fuck. When they implemented it, it was like, oh, you'll know these people from your contacts. I'm like, fuck's sake. And then she was like, oh, I've just noticed you've been recommended as a friend. I didn't know you had Facebook. And she was very worried that I would. I think it was more of she was worried I'd probably be nonced on than anything, but no one's gonna nonce on me. Even when I was younger, no one would nonce on me. I wouldn't even nonce on myself. Mostly because I'm not a nonce, but, you know. But yeah. But, was that was a funny video. So anyway, I had to try and sell it to her. That was bullshitting. I remember, so she used to love pretending to be a YouTuber, so I used to join in, and I did it as kind of an experiment, see if I could do better intros. Which in my opinion, my intros have got better, though they're still a bit shit. 'Cause my intro is literally, yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to a video. That's legit in my intro, and that is what I learned from pretending to be a YouTuber with her. That's why she introduced herself as Slender Girl 123. Recommend watching the video. It's a good video. It's a funny video. But yeah, it's like one of those rage bait videos. It really reminds me of one of those, but it was real. It wasn't fake. It wasn't scripted. It was real. Like, so many people asked me. They were like, "Oh, was that scripted? Did you get her to say to be angry?" She was just angry. That's how she was. She's from fucking Sunderland. What do I? You know, what? I don't think she knows the video even exists and was even uploaded. I uploaded the video the minute I finished recording it. I was like, fuck, it's going up, and it went up. And I don't think she knows that she's on YouTube with a video that has like 90 something views, 80 views. How many views does that video have? Let me have a look. I have to go to my channel to find this out. It's on my where would it be? But it was really, it was so fun. There it is. It was so funny. 90 views. Oh, there we go. It's hit 9 years. It's been 9 years since that video. Oh my god. So, well, you know what I'll do? Oh, Christ. I'll do this. I'll make it so you guys can hear. I'll turn the... Sorry if it's lagging a little bit. I'll turn the desktop audio on, but you guys will be able to watch it. But you guys, for any... Obviously, this is just people who are listening, but here's for anyone who wants to listen to it. Actually, do I show it? I'll show the fucking video. Fuck it. No, I'll just let you listen to it because you don't need to. Yeah, fuck it. You can listen to it.
Nothing actually, so I'm gonna go show you something cool. Go.
Oh, it's so loud. It's so loud.
Leave me alone! Ah! Woo! Hello guys, this is Awesome Video 123. My video.
Oh my god. So you guys can't see this, but we used to sit. You can't see it, but have you ever seen those like chairs? What are they for? They're like plastic chairs. They all of them snapped because I'm fat. Even when I was a kid, I was fat. I wasn't that fat actually. I was quite skinny actually, unhealthily skinny. Yeah, because I was just over. I was healthy weight, but I was just over underweight. So I'm not now. I'm healthy weight, but I'm just under overweight. So, but that's because I feel a lot better now. I'm got a bit of weight on me now, but yeah, but because it's not like before anyone says, "Oh, were you neglected by her or anything?" No. It was. I think she was just worried I was gonna get fat, so she kind of really put me on a strict regimen of when I would eat. Though sometimes I'd go downstairs and sneak a few biscuits upstairs and and stuff like that. Though she did once. So you may, if you actually watch my first Arkham Knight video, the video, by the way, was posted. I can tell you when. It was posted. It's 9 years ago. It was posted on the 19th of February 2016. That is just 2 months after the end of 2015. That's crazy. But yeah, that's crazy. That's weird. That video is 9 years old. If you're under 9, that video was recorded. If you're under 9, first of all, why are you watching this video? Second of all, that is weird to think that I've been making videos longer than some people have been. I know people who are 8. I know people who are 7. Sounds weird, but I know them from. Let me say, how do I say this? In a non-weird way, all right? Though I don't know, because it's the reason why I bring it up like that is because it's the internet, and at this point, anything can be taken out of context, so you have to give context. Um, but yeah, but it was 9 years ago, and that's crazy.
But now I'm also on this game, like Minecraft and stuff. I'm called Sled Guy. I hate you. I hate you, Millie. Yeah. Hey, stop hitting me. Yeah. I'm gonna pick.
Jesus fucking Christ. This video gives me. I do apologize about this audio, by the way. It sounds like absolute shit, but that's because it was absolute shit.
You up. I can't see because the brightness is too big. Turn my curtains in.
Okay, so I'm not going to continue the rest of the video because it's hurting my fucking ears. It's the most horrible video to listen to. Basically, the rest of the video is basically because the camera quality was so shit, the brightness of it was so bad. So when I recorded it, it wouldn't focus on the game. It was just a white screen. I was like, well, my viewers are going to want to see that gameplay, aren't they? And it was going to be a longer video at first. But then eventually I was like, right, fuck it. What we'll do, I was like, right, fuck it. What we'll do is I'll change the brightness, maybe turn it down a little bit, and that might help it focus. She bitched and whined about it. Now, by the way, I'm going to get channels this year. That was my TV. All right. Technically, I didn't pay for it, but it was my TV. She was technically a guest. In my opinion, I should have been able to choose I should have had that choice. I should have whipped it out and that sounds weird. I also don't have it, but I mean, I also don't have it. But let me say this: I should have whipped out the whole bitch. It's my TV, motherfucker. Do you live here? No. Okay, it's my roof. Actually, it was not my roof. Did I pay rent? No. But yeah. Oh my god. So I actually saw a comment on TikTok, which was really funny. It was of this it reminds me of that parchment paper situation that happened. I'll talk about that in a minute. It was for some reason on my TikTok I got so many fucking like videos about people posting about them being in care homes and how shit they are, which I've seen a care. I've not been in one, thankfully, but I've seen care homes. They're shit. They're really bad. Like they're really bad to be in. Like they're just. I guess that I get that they are supposed to. It's like the thing is like it seems like a terrible place for, especially when you're like a young adult, not a young adult, but like a young, like you're becoming a teenager, or what they call a tween, and a teenager. It's like that's not a good place for a child because like when I lived in Bradford with my sister, we lived and we pretty much lived. Yes, we were we were still under care at the time, and we had I'll talk about life in a minute. We had social workers come every once in a while, but most of the time we lived life like our carers were retro. We knew they weren't, but we lived life like they were, and it was very um it was very, how do I say, like we had a relaxed, like it was like we lived we lived a life. I was eventually when I turned 13, 14, I was able to start walking to the city centre. If you know Bradford, like I lived pretty much on the way to, well, I can say because I don't live there anymore, but I lived in a place called Wibsey. If you know Bradford, if you live in Bradford, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you think of there to the city centre, I used to walk there. For anyone wondering how did I walk there, there's many different ways I used to actually go. So I used to actually head towards the police station, West Yorkshire Police Station, which used to be, if you take Manny Road or Manchester Road, which is, if anyone who doesn't know, there's like this roundabout, you go down it, you walk all the way down, there you go. Or you can take the longest way, which is going through the entire fucking, which is by going pretty much cutting through, which is by cutting through, passing the rugby club and going completely straight down until you pretty much get to the M606 McDonald's, and then just keep going, and then eventually you hit. He'll hit a few places, but yeah. Anyway, so that does not help if I'm talking. I'm talking to people who know Bradford, by the way. I'm not. If you don't know Bradford, then Google Map it. Okay, Google Map Wibsey to okay Wibsey to Bradford City Centre. And I'll tell you how fucking far I had to walk. It's like a like let's see how long it is. See how long of a walk it is. Like it might lag my recording for a minute because my PC is kind of shitting its pants a little bit. I'm curious actually. A walk, 50 minutes to walk there. I wonder how long actually it would have take technically to walk. Hold on. Now I took shortcuts. Um, I used to take shortcuts. It was a 50-minute walk. Oh, I used to walk 50-minute, well, a little less than that. It would be about 45-minute walk from where I lived to school. It was quite simple actually. I do remember the route very well. But yeah. Um, but that's because I used to just enjoy. Me and my sister used to just walk to school together. It was quite hype. But yeah. But apart from that, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about in that situation. I may as well actually go into a bit of context. I know I never really finished. All right, let's. I know sometimes like they'll do. I know I never finished the last one, but it's fine. Most of you probably know what I'm talking about. So some obviously most podcasts will do it where they'll talk about one and then they'll somehow transition into another conversation. So for anyone wondering so I did talk about care. For anyone wondering what do I mean by care, so I grew up in foster care, 2005. Now, from what I don't know too much about it because we were babies. I'm a twin to my sister. That sounds weird. I'm a twin. My sister is my twin. I'm trying to say that I am a twin, and I have a twin sister who is an hour older than me. About an hour and 30, something like that. About just a bit over an hour, something like that. And pretty much, what's it called? And pretty much, so I was born in 2004. 5 years after the 90s. Oh, 4 years after the 90s. Technically 4 years after the 90s. I was born 4 years after 1999. 5 years now. 5 years. Nope, yep, 5 years because someone born in 1999 would have been four going five. And yeah, so we were born. It was fun. It was fun. I don't remember much of my childhood. To be honest, I do remember because I don't know much about also being a baby because you don't. I do have baby pictures, which I am not going to show you because I was an ugly ass baby. I bet my haters can say I agree with you on that one because I agree. I agree with myself on that one. Um. But yeah. But pretty much I. So we quick discretion here. I will talk about it. Pretty much my parents had a bit of an addiction to substances. Do we say? Because of that, they really didn't take much care of us, and it led to neglect. They were reported by neighbours and other people and family, and eventually we were moved. They then worked on themselves, they got better, and then 2021, which was, I was going to say 21 years, but that's not true. No, that was 16 years. 16 years later, they were given, well, 15, 16 years later, they were given permission to, oh no, 16, 15, 16 years later, they were given permission by the courts to, for us to go back to them. There was a whole court thing. Unlike Darman, who thinks, if you haven't seen the Darman video, watch it. It's like foster child gets abused by foster mother Darman. It's the video I'm talking about where they're in a fucking restaurant and then the foster mum refuses to buy the foster child, aka the actress who plays a character that always fucking cries. For some reason, Darman doesn't understand how fostering works. He seems to think that there's a contract, first of all, There is no contract. From what I know of my 20, well, actually, I left care when I was 16, so. Though we do still have a social worker technically, because even if you go back, you still technically need to have a social worker. So we still have one. I still have one, even though I'm no longer under the care system. They've still given me one, so I still technically have one. Which apparently is a thing, but I don't know. The court said that we can go back while having. I think it's in case they slip back and then. But yeah, but even then if they haven't slipped back, they don't drink anymore. Um, or when they do, they are very limited on it. They'll drink maybe a couple until they're a little bit drunk. They won't go as drunk as they used to go. My fucking lid fell on the floor. Great, fantastic. One sec. Great first episode of a podcast, I swear. Good. I am also sitting on a bed because my chair decided to break yesterday, which is great. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much back to continuing. So yeah, we lived in Bradford for about 8 years. It was good, yeah, 8 years. Yeah, it was a pretty good place. I enjoyed it. Yeah, we moved there in 2013, so it's been about 2013 to 2021. So it was a good 8 years. Yeah, pretty good 8 years. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Uh, due to me, God, because unfortunately I wasn't a model child. Is the best way to say it. I wasn't the nicest of children. Even if you ask her, she will admit to you. If you ask my sister, though she wasn't great either. If you ask anyone, they'll agree with you that I was a bitch. Like, so pretty much, I we were moved around quite a lot for some reason. Well, we lived at one place, but then they put a legal guardianship in, but for some reason the court still took us away from them for some fucking reason. Or social services did it breaking the court rule, so they got in trouble by the courts. So actually, the court didn't do anything with that one. Apart from give the social services a slap on the hand, slap on the wrist. But yeah, but yeah, it was a time. We then moved to a little village called Driffield, which is actually just outside of Driffield. Actually, it was a little place called Kilnwick, which is a small little village in just outside of Beverley. Beverley's actually where my sister lives. But yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that because I'm doxing everyone now. It's not that small. It's a big place. That's big town actually. I doubt you'll run into her because most people don't even know what she looks like. Let's get a picture of her. I did promise that I wouldn't. I promised most of my family that if I make a YouTube video, I won't feature them if they don't want to be featured, and a lot of them don't. A few of them don't mind. I did ask them if they said they don't mind if a picture of them shows up on a stream or anything. They don't really care, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we grew up, we grew up, but because of us being moved around a lot, I didn't trust anyone, especially how we were moved to Bradford. And this one's kind of depressing, so a little bit of a discretion here, just to let you know. It was 2013, it was February of 2013, and pretty much, me and my sister were just sat downstairs, we were playing a Lego game. I think we were playing Lego... I don't know, why do I feel... I think it was Lego Batman 2. Let me have a quick Google. Lego... when did Lego Super 1 come out? Okay, so it wasn't Lego Super thing, that was 2013, so that was October, so it wouldn't have been that. I think it was Lego Batman 2. Yeah, it was Lego Batman 2. Either Lego Batman 2 or Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, one of those. We were playing on Xbox 360. This was back when I used to play Xbox. I don't play Xbox anymore. I'm a PlayStation fan now. Hence the controller. I also have just finished filming a Spider-Man video, so yeah. I'm actually going to have to do this podcast in a little bit, because, yeah. But because of a lot of issues with being moved around a lot, I unfortunately didn't really get settled for a while, and I didn't trust many people. We were so we were playing Lego games, and we were moved without being told. They thankfully they knew we were going to be in. They said we could be in there, we could play a thing. And while I was in there playing, while we were in there playing games, boom, they instantly opened the door. Social just came in, said we were moving. My sister went nuts. I went nuts, and yeah, it was not a good day. I do remember that day. It was not a good day. Moved to Bradford, and then I would say that was probably the best decision they had. I really enjoyed it there. We had a few issues. There was a few issues, but it was because I didn't trust anyone for a good few years. Because my trust was so ruined at that point, I didn't trust anyone for a good 7 years by that point, or even 6 years. But yeah, we had our ups, we had our downs, and yeah. Anyway, back to yeah. But that's pretty much it. I've talked about my life story before. If you guys want a video on my life story, I'm gonna do maybe like a draw my life or something like that. But yeah, but that is going to, I guess, maybe do it for episode 1. Um, but yeah. Actually, I've still got a little bit of time, so we'll talk about another topic. What did we talk about? Um, is it bad that I don't know what I want to talk about? Oh, yes. So, I'm recording this. I want to talk about what's going to be happening this month, because this is actually going to go up the same day, today, actually, or tomorrow, actually. It's most likely, actually, but I will upload this at midnight tonight, which will go up on the morning of the 16th. Or 15th if you're American. It really depends on where the fuck you're from. So, basically, So I... How do I say this? So I... I, on the 21st of February... 21st of May... we'll be going on a train journey. And 8... Actually, I can tell you the exact time, because it's on my trailer. Though this most likely won't be the exact time. I'm getting a train. I'm going on the Twain. And I'm going on a Twain from here to Glasgow, which is about 8 hours. 6 hours there, 7 hours, 7 hours there, 6 hours back. So 7 hours and a minute there, with 2 changes, which is actually very good. I thought it was more. And then 6 hours and 26 minutes back with 3 changes. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. So I'm going to Scotland next week, on Wednesday next week. Okay, the day after I play. The day after I play. It's the day after I play. Split Fiction with Sneevum. That's going to be quite exciting to play as well. So I don't know if you guys knew about that one, but that is a plan. And I'm going there to speedrun Batman, not Batman. Fallout 1. I also have submitted to another speedrun event, which is the same one I ran at last time. Because that was their, because aka Gamers for Hope, whatever the channel was called or something like that. I think that's what it was called, something like that. And basically, they have 2 events that they do. It's a bit like UKSG, not UKSG. Well, that's what I'm going to. I'm going to UKSG, but this one I've applied for, I've submitted to, which is in August. I submitted to is. So I submitted to. So I ran at their Gamers Against Cancer one, which is basically just like AGDQ. But then they have one called Gamers Against Suicide, which is their version of SGDQ, which they do in the summer. Now I've submitted quite a few games. Last time I submitted Arkham Asylum, City, and Fallout 1. This time I've submitted Arkham City, Outlast, Fallout 1, and The Last of Us Remastered, or The Last of Us Left Behind DLC. we'll see which one wins. If I get accepted for any of them, I might get accepted for none of them. So far, I was accepted for every single fucking event I submitted to. All right, I submitted to Games Against Cancer first. Got accepted for Batman Arkham Asylum. Did the run. Was pretty good. It was cringe, but it was pretty good. I'm also now their most viewed. One thing I want to say actually about that. I'm their most viewed video ever on their channel. Legitimately, 80 something views on their channel. I don't know why it has so. I announced it in like a couple Discords, but I think it might just be. But to be honest, it could just be the Arkham community go ham. Anytime I post an Arkham video, like if you look at my most fucking popular videos, two of them are Arkham videos: Arkham Asylum and City. Both very popular, over 1,000 views. I think it is legitimately just the Arkham games are so popular, and because they're so popular, like especially Arkham City and like, Arkham City and Asylum or Asylum City, they just kind of do well in the algorithm, which is kind of crazy. But yeah. But I will be running at, but the one I'm running at in Glasgow next week, which feels weird to say because I remember I found out that I was running, and I'll actually get the video up and let you listen to the announcement of it. It's UKSG Marathon. There's something else called UKSG, which is not the marathon. Actually, there's the video one, actually. I'll let you listen to them announce me. There's not much to really see apart from just... There's not much to see apart from just three guys talking about... This was a live stream they did. It was called UKSG Green 2025 Schedule Reveal with Pollister, Hood 601, and Hypnotics. And I hopefully will be able to meet a lot of these. Hopefully I might ask if I'm able to take like pictures with them. If they're down for that. I might see if they're down to like take like maybe selfies. What is it called when you take a picture with like a celebrity? Is it just a selfie or a photo or something like that? I'll see. I'll see if they're down for that. I don't know if that's how it works. I probably won't because that would be very weird. I don't think many people are going to do that. But hopefully I'll end up in a picture with them. And if I do, I'll show you the pitch. I'll show you the picture. But yeah. But anyway, here's the audio of me getting accepted because before this video, no, this was a video. It wasn't an audio recording. This was a video. I won't show you the video though, because you can just listen to it. But yeah, here's me getting accepted. But this is just a little before the clip, so they are still they're talking about the run before me, but they don't talk about it for too long.
In PlayStation, right?
Okay, no, never mind. We're going straight to me.
Let's go.
Let's kick off our Saturday, and we're gonna go all the way back to a classic. We've got its page with the original Fallout. Any
10
percent.
minutes. Nice.
I love. You guys can't see it, but basically the guy called Pollister, he does this. He's just like a little bit of a fifth bomb. He's like, yes. I don't know if he's actually really excited for a Fallout speedrun because he's seen them before, but yeah.
A nice.
This game can be super broken open.
Yeah, that was me getting excited. I definitely wasn't like, oh no, because I did not think I was going to get accepted. So fun fact about that, I watched that happen live, and the minute they said my name, I was stood at the back of my room, hands on my face, thinking to myself, shit, I have dug myself into a hole here. I submitted, I did not think they were going to accept any of my runs, alright? I've watched UKSG for a good while now. Did not think they were going to accept my runs. I got accepted. It's not that I didn't want to run at it. I do. It was that at the time, I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to get there. Yes, there is a hole in my wall. Don't ask me about it. But I didn't know if I was going to be able to get there, and it's really fucking awkward. So I was like, fuck. But it's fine now. I can get there. I have found people I am going to be bunking with. Hopefully they're safe. If they aren't safe and I end up dying, no one's in my will. Alright? No one's getting those alcohol, even though they'll probably all be gone by the time God, they won't be. I'm not an alcohol. No, actually, it's next week, so they most likely will be. I usually drink one every thing, though I was drunk a few days ago. So, yeah, but that is it. That is going to do it. It's been a good 39 minutes, nearly 40 minutes of recording. These podcasts, I will try to aim to get them maybe to an hour long. But yeah, But as I said, what do I want to do with this podcast? This podcast, I really, really, really. Oh, I do come back on the 26th, by the way. Just very much to get wondering. But yeah, what do I want to do is podcast. I really, really want to see if I can try and get people on to like interview them and stuff, and just like talk to because you got some of these podcasters who are big and they talk to big YouTubers, but you don't see many podcasters who talk to small YouTubers or small creators. So a few people I've got in mind that I really want to talk to is like Wilden, fucking. I want to talk to Wilden. I want to talk to Sneevem. I want to interview them too. I want to interview like. God, who else? Who else could I think of? Few people. Just there are a few people out there that I really want to talk to, and interview, and I should have a conversation with on this podcast. I wasn't going to start a podcast. I really was against podcasts, but I was like, fuck it, I enjoy talking, so I may as well. So but yeah, but it's mostly I want to be a bit like a Chris Van Vliet type, or a Chris Van type channel where I interview people, but instead of like these YouTubers who interview, or instead these podcasters who interview big YouTubers. I want to give voice as a small YouTuber myself. I want to give voice to other small creators. So other small creators I want to talk to. Like I might see if, even though he's not a small creator, I also want to see if I can get like Coming to Get Your Players on for an interview. See if he'd be down for that. And like talk about how he started, and there's like channels like Neve. So I want to talk to Neve and talk about like why she got into it, and why and stuff like that. But and try and find a day that I can do like an interview with her, get her onto a call on Discord, and then kind of crop her face cam in to kind of a thing, and then stuff like that. Then get Liam on, see if he'd be down to do a podcast episode with me and talk about how he how he started, and how he got into like why he got in, or how he learned what got him into stadium builds. Because my current theory about him and his stadium build series. Now I'm not a football fan, but I did find him because of it. But and ask him pretty much. I might actually DM some of them and see if they're down to. I'll DM them actually after this and see if they are down to. It's going to be so weird to ask. I feel weird asking, but we'll ask him anyway. But yeah. I have him added on Discord anyway, so we'll see. I don't mind doing it on a call or whatever, or anything like that. But yeah. But I'll see if there's a day that I can get any of these people down to do episodes. Like I want, like my current theory about Liam and his stadium build series, and him just starting to enjoy building stadiums. I believe I'm going to automatically assume maybe he was just sat playing Minecraft one day on his PS4 and was like, maybe there's a stadium. Like kind of like me getting into building Stampede's world. Like I you may know, if you know, I do kind of have a bit of a series on how to build Stampy's world. I've got a bit of a heat rash because it's been really hot here, so yeah. But yeah, hopefully, and if there is any small critters that I know. There's like other critters. Like I want to see if Sarah would be down to do like an interview, and like who else is there? There's a few others I remember. Like obviously, there's some I would like to do, I would like to interview, but a lot of them have actually, some of them I've fallen out with, so I won't be able to really do it with them. And some that I would like to do it with, just aren't active anymore on Twitch or anything like that. But who else would I like to do it with? And I'd like to maybe see if I could get like Northern on and see if he'd be down to like do a bit of like a wrestling episode and talking about like wrestling and stuff. But yeah. But that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching. This is just going to end abruptly after I end this video. I will try and find an intro and an outro to do this. But yeah, but that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Good.